Okay, so off of my public Facebook profile, the questions that I got was, are you only allowed to serve drinks and stuff during certain times of the flights? The answer to that, Nick, is yes and no. We only have like one, maybe two scheduled services depending on the length of the flight. But a lot of the times the flights are short enough to where we like have to start pretty much as soon as the seatbelt sign goes off, or as soon as the captain tells us personally that it's okay to stand up. Just for the lack of time in the flight, we're expected to do like it's usually mileage based, but most of the time for like a 40-minute flight, we've been expected to do a full beverage service, which is really, really, really difficult. So we'll just go through as quick as we can, as soon as we can, and that's pretty much the end of that. We can go back and forth and get people other things, but we do have other work that we have to do during the flight. We're not just doing the food and beverage service for you guys. So if you like need something at a different time, that's totally okay, but don't just like abuse that during the rest of the flight, if that makes sense. The other part of that question is like, oh, he had a question about layovers and like breaks and stuff. So do you have layovers and do you do different things? How long can one be? If your layover is 45 minutes, is that considered your break when you do something else, or is it just something routine that might happen 2 to 3 times on your shift and your break is a separate thing? So we don't really get breaks like at all, because anything can happen during the flight. We're pretty much on call the entire duration of the flight. So for a layover, we have what's called sit times. So a layover is when you go to a hotel, when you stay overnight or over day or whatever it might be. I think the limit's like 5 hours or something like that. But normally speaking, we will get like maybe an hour from landing on one flight to taking off on the next one. So we don't have a break. We do security checks, we clean up, we get ready for the next flight essentially. And going back to what I said earlier, we are not getting paid for that time. Really frustrating, don't know how it works, but you know, it's fine, whatever, it's fine. So yeah, we might have time to sit down and just like rest for a second during the flight, but that's never guaranteed. Like we can just go the whole time. Carlos, my minion, asks, what's it like going down the slide not in an emergency situation? They actually have you do this during training, and it's a little scary. Like, a lot of people were kind of freaked out about it, but I was like, I'm so down. I thought that it was a lot of fun. You kind of go a little quick. So, in an emergency situation, people should be helping at the bottom of the slide. So, yeah, help people stop, because you can go whee! But you also have to be careful because it is like a rubberized, I don't know what the actual material is, like a nylon something slide. So they actually had us put on like these big flight jumpsuits to protect our skin and from getting like rubber burns, I guess you could say. But aside from that, it was really, really fun. How do you like your job? Hi, Andrew. I actually like it a lot. Like the actual day-to-day stuff is I really love. I mean, you guys know me. I'm literally a golden retriever in a girl's body. Like I love meeting everyone and making so many friends, even if it's just super super quick in passing. The bureaucratic side of it, like the corporate side of it, is really frustrating, honestly. And a lot of people will not be able to live under the conditions that we have to go through. But I mean, right now it's working for me, and I really like it, and I really like the people. And my crews have been amazing. I've never had a bad experience with people that I work with, so like that makes all the difference in the world. And that's why I like Chicago so much as a base, because like it's not exactly where I intended on going at all. I wanted to go as far west as possible, but like Chicago is an amazing, amazing place full of amazing people. So I approve of that message. Okay, there's more questions here, so I'm gonna have to go a little bit quicker so this isn't like a half-hour long video. Michael asks, funniest, saddest, grossest, coolest things you found or seen on the plane so far? Any Mile High Club stories? No Mile High Club. You will get kicked off the plane and the authorities will be called if you do, so please don't do that. Plus the plane is gross. Like, you don't want to. Funniest, little kids who are well behaved are always hysterical on planes. Saddest, nothing really sad has happened thus far. I haven't been on any honor flights or anything like that, so if I'm ever on an honor flight, I'm gonna be crying my eyes out. Grossest, people wearing no shoes into the bathroom. Like, they don't clean the floors that well between flights, so wear shoes all the time. Trust me. I keep looking at the screen and not at the camera, so sorry, my bad. Coolest things, Bernie Sanders. I met Bernie Sanders on one of my last flights, and like we had this whole we had this amazing back and forth. It's on my page. Like he's an amazing human being. Best airport to chill in during layovers. I'm biased. Honolulu, man. I've never actually flown to Honolulu for work though, so I mean, you know, that's a thing. I hear absolutely amazing things about, I believe it's Beijing has the most amazing airport. Like, it's huge, it's all inclusive. Like, people will literally go to that airport, or is it Hong Kong? No, it's Beijing. People will literally go to that airport just to go to that airport, like not even with another destination in mind. Hardest thing you have to do before takeoff. Everything's security related, like making people like have their seat backs up, have their tray tables up, put their laptops away. Tablets are fine, laptops are not. It pisses people off. Making people get their bags like in the overhead bins. It's just everything that has to do with dealing with other people because they don't seem to understand that it's all for their safety. Back when I was contracted to an airline, one of the old hands told me that the reason people were told to turn off electronics at takeoff landing had nothing to do with interfering with flight guidance systems, more to do with having full attention of the packs during the times most likely for the flight to go pear-shaped. I like that phrase. Comment? Blah, 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 blah. And then another friend said when I flew, the 1 to 3 cell phones in the plane would go into high power tower search mode or some shit, made our headsets do annoying clicking noises that interrupted voice comms. It's worse when we have passengers and 10 phones. I can imagine how bad an airliner would get. So yes and no. So like I said earlier, the interference is true, like what my friend Kyle said. The interference can get very, very bad. If there's even so much as one, it is the searching for a signal makes it go batshit. But it is also like the side effect of that is we do need everybody's full attention. Like we need it, period, hands down. So it's a 2-for-1. What are some things you love about the job and what are some things you don't? What would you like to change about the things you don't like if you could? I mean, I would like there to be more regulation on how passengers treat us. I want it to be like, it is already a punishable offense to record somebody without their knowledge and consent, or at least without their knowledge. And I feel like I've been recorded already so many times because they're waiting for you to screw up. And they're like, a lot of people are so happy, which is really sad, but I mean, meh. I would like that to be more enforced because it's really hard to do your job when somebody's trying to get you to screw up, you know? And also the bureaucratic stuff, the not getting paid the full amount of time that we work, which I don't know really how it's legal, but you know, I guess it is. It's a contract thing. And scheduling is really difficult. I'm so junior, I'm very lucky if I can get anything that I want off per month. Like for iBid, it's bidding when you go for your schedule. I bid for one specific time frame off, and I didn't care about anything else, which should mean like I only want one thing, so I should get it. Normally that's how it works. Didn't get it. Like worked that entire time. So, you know. So it's the bureaucratic stuff. I do like the job. Yeah, you know, that makes sense. I think that makes sense. But I love the people. I love the people and cabin pets. My friends and I will like freak out. We'll go dog every time there's a pet on the plane. Do you get motion sickness from turbulence? And if so, how do you handle it so you can perform your job? Very rarely do I. Every once in a while. My last couple of flights I did, just because like coming in and out of the desert, we were flying through Reno. We were taking off, just whoop, whoop, whoop. And I mean, it's annoying, but you kind of get through it. Sitting backwards in the jump seats makes it a lot weirder, but I mean, ginger ale, like honestly, that's on the plane, that's right there. If I think that it's going to be bad, like if we're checking the weather, I'll pop a Dramamine or something before we go. But ginger ale honestly usually does the job pretty damn well. I think I might want to take a little like container in my lunchbox of pickled ginger from now on, like the kind they serve with sushi, just for that. How do you get the job? What are hiring managers looking for? Okay, when it comes to like getting the job related stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and say glassdoor.com. Not all of the information is accurate, but most of it is at least somewhat helpful. Um, if the biggest thing that I have to say is, of course you love to travel. Of course you love people. If you didn't, you wouldn't be applying for this job. Don't let that be the only like thing that you tell your recruiter or something like that. It's a multi-step process. Glassdoor outlines all of that really, really well. If there's enough interest in getting the job stuff, I'll make another video about that, but it's a long process. I feel very, very lucky that both my aunts and one of my best girlfriends work as flight attendants for other airlines, and both of them were like, no, you would be the perfect flight attendant. And it was that little push that got me to apply, and I was very lucky because I got it on my first application, my first go through, and that doesn't happen to too many people, which I'm very lucky in that regard. My friend Kyle now says in Spanish, the cheese is old and putrid, where's the toilet? And I asked him to please don't blow up the bathroom because jump seats in the back of the plane are right next to it, and you're gonna make the flight attendants pass out from your booty stench. What are some things you wish people knew to stop asking you for because it's out of your control? Additional food, blankets most of the time. Like, the thing is, the plane is a very small confined area, and we're loaded with what we're loaded with. And if catering messes up, if it's a short flight, if blah 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 blah, if we don't have it, then we don't have it, and we're really sorry, but we can't help you. Like, we'll do everything that we can for you if you ask nicely, but there's only so much that you can do when you have like this much storage space, you know. The other thing is, stop asking me about going to the bathroom, because again, the answer is no. Are you going to do it anyway? Maybe, but don't do it. And when it comes to like overhead space, a lot of the problems are caused by people being inconsiderate and like taking space that isn't anywhere near their seat when there's more options available. So, like, don't ask me to be the bad guy for you. I can ask people to follow the rules, but I can't ask people to go out of their way. You know what that means? Or, what are your costume? I mean, mandatory wardrobe options. Do you have to wear a neckerchief? We get dresses, skirts, or pants. And there's a short sleeve jacket, a long sleeve jacket, and shorter long sleeve shirts. The neckerchief thing is not an option. You have to wear it. Thing. I think they're kind of cute, but you know, a lot of people are having allergy problems with uniform stuff lately for different airlines. So there are other options available. I know that some women do have issues with the neckerchief specifically. I don't find it irritating, but some women just don't wear it. And I'm still on probation, so I'm going to continue wearing it. And if I don't have a problem with it, I'm just going to keep wearing it. But it's mandatory. Sorry, my phone's going off because Aaron is texting me. Best way to do carry-on items for new traveling cosplayers. I'm going to do, like, I want to do this, a whole video for convention traveling, because I'm seeing so many different things and it's like mind-blowing. So I am going to be packing actually probably in the next couple of days to go to Comic-Con Honolulu, so I'll do a recording then if I can. Yeah, that'll work. That'll do. I have to pack my Mercy armor, so that's a whole thing. The biggest thing is carry-on items. Like, it has to fit in that rollerboard. Like, put it in the rollerboard, cushion it well, and it goes in the overhead bin. If it's carry-on, then you're fine. If it's a crazy weird shaped thing, you can ask very politely if it can go in the front closet. Like, that's all I got for you. What is the right way and what are the several wrong ways to store your carry-on in the overhead bins and why? Wheels first. Smaller items, if it can fit under the seat in front of you, goes under the seat in front of you at the end. What are the tips and tricks to bringing a lap pet? You have to register it with the airline. Service animals and emotional support animals must be officially registered with paperwork from your doctor, and don't have to be in their carrier the entire time unless it's a bird, because bird, you know. register it with the airline. Don't try to fib your way out of it. There's usually a fee involved. I mean, Miko came with me. Oh, she's passed open the door. Miko came with me when we moved here to Chicago. She was in the seat next to me. I mean, granted, she is registered as a support animal. Like, I have actual documentation from my doctor. Like, doctor was like, you probably need an animal to calm the hell down. I'm like, okay. So just register with the airline, call in advance. If you can't figure out how to do it online, literally just call them. Just call them. They're super helpful. I think that might be everything that I have right now. I might have more on my Instagram. Let me check. Okay, so I just realized this video was going to be stupid long. So I think that's enough of that. I can't find any more questions. I'm sure I had more, but whatever. I'll find them eventually. I'll maybe answer them in the comments if you have anything else that you want to know about flying stuff. Aside from, like, just let me know if you want to get like a get the job sort of video. And I'll have one that has to do with like travel and cosplay soon. If you have any specific questions or anything, leave it in the comments. I love your faces. I'll talk to you later. Bye.